So we have 10 tips to stop feeling low and get back into your zing. Ready? Clap! Clap with me. Hi guys, how are you doing? I hope that you enjoyed the full tips from last week. I am still in my summer attire. Still need to get some nice big snuggly sweaters, and this week, since I actually filmed the full video, it has really become fall here in New York. It's gotten cloudy and rainy and kind of dull and slightly depressing, and yesterday I felt a little bit bumpy. It kind of was like, ugh, winter's coming, what's going on? You know, sometimes you just feel a bit bumpy or a little bit low. So this video is for you if you're feeling a little bit low and you want to have some fast, effective ways to get yourself out of feeling low and back into your creativity, your inspiration, and just feeling like life is good. Ready? Those were stars. Did you see them? Diddling. Number one is focus on the creative process. So creativity is a process, it's not an end result, and it can be so easy to get lost in the final vision. It's like, if it isn't this and if this hasn't happened, then my life is going to be terrible and the world is going to end. I mean, maybe we don't think that, but often it can kind of feel like that. And so if you can avert your attention away from the end result and more into the process of creating, what can you create right now? Maybe it's a beautiful meal, maybe it's a piece of art, it's a dance, it's a vision for a video, or like me this morning, I was just imagining, what do I want the creative expression to be for this video and for you? So focus on the creative process rather than the outcome. So number two is feel the ground. And this, I have to say, I feel like has saved my life many times. When things get really bumpy or confusing, and it's almost like life can feel like it's swirling all around sometimes and you don't know where you are anymore. It's like, feel the ground, feel the chair, feel the support, feel the fact that gravity isn't going away and nor is the ground. So even though the fears may seem really real, the ground is realer. So feel the ground, rest into its support, and that will help you to let go of all of the visions of the ground not being there anymore. So, ground. Number three is remember your leaps. So I am sure that you have made big leaps in your life before and you're still here. You made the leap. Maybe you might have tripped a little bit, but we're still going. And so often the leaps that feel like we haven't done them yet feel a lot more scary. But if you remember the leaps in the past, you probably felt the same before the leap. So it's like, remember that you landed it and that you are okay and that you did make that leap. So then, even though you might be on this side of a leap, you know that the other side of a leap is coming. Number four is that your body, your feeling, your experience is what is creating your reality. So if you can remember and feel and conjure the sensations of the landing, the feeling the ground, the feeling the other side, the feeling of I'm okay, that is going to help it to actually happen more quickly so that then it can be reflected back in your outer world and reality. Number five, and I feel like this is such an important one, is to shush your thoughts. So every time the thoughts come in and they try to chatter with you, be they positive thoughts or negative thoughts or what if thoughts, or you really need to think about these thoughts, see if you can just shush them. Shh, shh, shh. and just keep coming back into your body, into your feeling. And remember, it's the feeling that allows the other side of the leap to happen. It's not from the thoughts and the worries. For whatever reason, humans think that if we worry about things, they will work out. But no, they don't. Usually we just spend more time worrying about them, and the worries just kind of perpetuate then the problems. So it's time to shush the thoughts, shush the worries, and just keep coming back into you and into that quiet place of just in your body. Number 6 is forget your past. So while I just said remember the feelings from the past leaps and the landings of those leaps, at the same time I'm also going to say forget your past, because the way that you got there to the other side is going to be different than what wants to happen now. And again, so often we want to go to the strategy of this is how I did it before, this is what worked, this is what's safe, and yet life often shows us that the same strategy doesn't work a second time, and it's asking us to find a new way. So can you let go of the past strategies so that a new way and a new path can come forth for this moment in time? Number 7 is be a light for someone else. So when you are helping someone else, when you're talking to someone, hearing them, hearing their perspective, their challenge, and being a light of possibility, kind of like holding open a door for them to choose a different option, that demands that you come into you and into your center. And it's almost like, I know when I'm teaching or when I'm doing a session, there is a showing up that has to happen for others that then calls me to show up for myself. So is there someone or many people, maybe your whole audience, who you can be a stand for and in turn receive that support for yourself? Number 8 is remember there are bigger forces at play, like the universe. I mean, let's just look very simply. The universe is out there. We are looking off planet Earth up into the sky, into the stars. There's the moon, there's the planets. There's a universe. There is a much bigger, intricate system at play. And very often we get stuck on planet Earth in our little perspective in this is my life and this is what's important, and we forget that we are part of something so much bigger. So we know that the weather affects us. I already mentioned that, it's raining and doesn't make me feel so great. But there are even bigger factors, being the planets and the moon. And we just had a beautiful and kind of crazy eclipse when was it? Sunday night. And I know that for myself and for others, they felt that energy. And so sometimes we want to think, what is wrong with me when I'm not feeling so great? And sometimes it can just be that we're being affected by kind of the weather of the universe. So bring that perspective back and keep remembering that there are bigger forces at play, and sometimes we're just getting a little bit shooken up, and that's okay. Number 9 is feel other people's shifts. So in Holy Shift, I experienced so many changes with people, and people are sharing on the Facebook group and telling each other about the changes that have happened. But sometimes you might be the person that's feeling, I don't have a shift right now. Actually, I don't feel so great. And we can compare ourselves and kind of feel worse because other people are feeling great, but we're comparing ourselves and saying, I'm not feeling great. So can you allow yourself to imagine that everyone's shift also supports you? So if you can be connected to the part in them which is feeling the new level of joy or the new level of inspiration or something that's changed in their body, and find that connection and that appreciation for their change, you get it too. So by you feeling other people's shifts, you can choose to feed from those as well. So number 10, we have a link to get our minds and our bodies integrated and being able to experience this a little bit deeper. So we have the phrase, I allow myself to brush away my worries and remember what's true. I allow myself to brush away my worries and remember what's true. And I have a little brush here to help with that image. And in fact, you can just imagine that, oh, lots of dust is coming out of this, or maybe it's coming off me. You can imagine you're brushing off the dust, brushing off any worries from your body, from your head, from your thoughts, and just imagine you can just brush them away. And then that is linking to, do you know what this is? This is your sternum. We looked at our sternum a lot this weekend, those of you who are there at the Starship Retreat. Your sternum is your breastbone. It is here at the front of your chest, and these are cartilage where your ribs attach to. So you can just put your hand there and feel it, and we're linking that permission to our sternum with the image, the feeling of embrace. So often our sternums feel very protected, you know, our hearts are behind there, and often it kind of feels like a breastplate rather than more fluid, soft and supportive, which yes has a healthy protection, but it also is able to embrace life and embrace the world. And this is linking to our sense of sight. So we perceive the world through our senses, right? We're seeing life, and when we see events in life, when situations happen, particularly maybe challenging ones that bring up emotion, it's almost like they can get stuck to our senses. So let's say that growing up, we saw our parents always worrying about money, that there's not enough money. And we see that, and then we can kind of practice that, and that's what we expect to see. So then when life happens, we're almost looking for that. So we're cleaning off the sense of sight so that we don't need to reference the past in order to see the future. So it's almost like cleaning the windows so that we can see more clearly. Okay, so we're going to tap this out together. So we're going to say the phrase, I allow myself to brush away my worries and remember what's true. That is linking to our sternums with the vision feeling of embrace, and then that is linking to balancing our sense of sight. So you're going to breathe and tap over your head and over your heart and now over your sternum. I'm going to put this down and say the phrase, I allow myself to brush away my worries and remember what's true. I allow myself to brush away my worries and remember what's true. I allow myself to brush away my worries and remember what's true. Maybe just touch your eyes, get a sense of sight. I allow myself to brush away my worries and remember what's true. And last one. I allow myself to brush away my worries and remember what's true. So remember, when you are feeling low, grab one of these tips or all 10 of them, tap out the link and bring yourself back to what is true, which is you are here, you are okay, the universe isn't going to drop you on your head, and just coming back to that quiet place of it's okay. So I hope that this video helped you. I do want to know, leave me in the comments, let me know how you feel. If you have someone who is having a bit of a bumpy time or feeling a little bit low, share this video with them and hopefully it will help to brighten up their day. And remember, very important, that you are the whole point and connected we are making a whole new world. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being on this superhuman journey with me. Give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not subscribed on YouTube, and leave me a comment there and or at laurahamesfranklin.com. And I will see you tomorrow for another vlog, and Wednesday for another We Dance Day, and next week for another video. And if you have a question, also leave it on the blog, or leave it on YouTube, or leave it on Instagram, or leave it on Twitter, or leave it on Facebook, any of the social medias, or all of them. Make sure I see it so that I can make you a video. And I think that is it. So from me and the sternum and the little hedgehog brush, I will see you next week. Have a lovely afternoon and stay cozy and warm. Bye. And Bob. Bob wanted to actually make a special guest appearance, but you didn't. Meow. But you could use him to imagine embrace of your sternum. Hello. Hi. Does that make sense? No wiggling. Or do wiggle, but in a minute. And this is linking. No, let me cut. Sorry. Screenshot.